Hey there, EV friends. It's Mark Weller from My EV Mechanic. Today we're doing a behind the build of a 2002 Honda Civic. We're going to be doing that up in Chicago. So I'm going to do a walkthrough of all the components. Let's take a look. This is how we start all of our pre-built conversion kits that we're building on a bench. Before we install them, we get a general layout and measurements. So this will be for the 2002 Honda Civic manual transmission. I'm going to start here at the contactor box. This is actually going to bolt on top of the battery box. So then back here, this is going to be our high voltage battery charger. And here is the charge port. So we're using just a regular J1772. And this will go right where you fill the gas. And then this is going to run right up the inside of the car, down underneath the armrest. And then up here, we have the dash group, battery alert light. We will have a regen. There will be a relay, forward reverse. That's going to go in here. This will be a little plastic board. Then over here, we will have the AEM display. So you guys are getting a 5-inch display. And over here, we're going to have our low voltage junction. Here's our DC-DC. This will replace the alternator. Because the regular 12-volt battery sits kind of there. And then over here, we have the inverter. And then there will be a chill plate will go underneath that. And so there you go. All right, so we already have everything packaged up here. So this is on a pallet, going to be shipped out. We were actually scrambling to get this together. I just do want to cover a couple of the features here. So we're using a new battery box. So this is a new style box that we have. This holds 5 Tesla modules, although we're only using 4 for this particular one. This one's going to weigh around 250 pounds. And then we have our junction box. It's bolted right to the top of the battery box. So this is bolted in. And then we have over here we have the high voltage interlock loop. And so then when the cover is closed, then that trips that. So that's working well. And then we have the cables. Conveniently, we have those positioned such that when the lid is open, it just rests on the cables and makes for a nice little lid stop. This is just the Hyper 9 motor, tried, true, super reliable. So we'll have an adapter plate on the front that'll go to the transmission. And then we made a bracket. If these clamps are clamped too tight, it can squeeze the motor. And the distance between the rotor and the stator that's a pretty tight tolerance. But so we just have that. We just have to be careful that you don't clamp it too tight. But this one, we have it set up so that it's holding our inverter. And then we have this wrapped in carbon fiber. And so we're going to use this as the rear support on the back side. And then we allowed room for our cable connections, our UVW, there they are. So that's how that goes. So we've already cut all of our cabling to length. So the charger is actually underneath here. And so we're just using the Thunderstruck 2500. And those are just tried true. They work great. Not super fast charging, but they work well. So, and we're just using the standard Duocida J1772. And then we have this is a special card that fits the Hondas, and that'll just go right in the actual Honda fill port and should work fantastic. And for our throttle, we're using this is just a Prius pedal, just because basically they're popular. And then this is going to be our dash, and so we have our battery alert light, and then this is for our regen, and then of course your direction. And so then this will just, we have a couple of mounting screws here, and so we'll find a spot for that. And then and then this one here, we have it, we were servicing it. So we put the drive-away relay, that'll tuck away on the back side. But the drive-away, we packaged that in with these because all of the wires for that are kind of in that same group. And in the event that you ever had a relay did fail, then you can actually just jumper it. You'll be able to access it real easy. So this is our low voltage panel that we've made. This is kind of a standard setup that we do. From the circuit breaker, we're going into a constant 12 volt fuse block, and then we're going through a little mini contactor, which is then sending voltage over here to our switched fuse block. Makes it real clean, simple. Use that in a lot of our stuff. So this is just a 12 volt battery. These are actually, we're just using that just to power this up. And then down here, and this does look like a little bit of a rat's nest down here. Trust me, it's not though. So we have our DC-DC converter. Yeah, so we just have our cables coming in and out of our junction box. They just loop around. So from the battery box, they're just coming out, goes into the junction box, goes through the shunt, and then this goes into the long cables. So the long cables, we'll run these through they'll go underneath the armrest on the inside of the car. This one's going to be in Chicago, so they get certainly their share of not so great weather. A lot of the stuff is IP67 rated. But we have our AEM display. We're using an AEM 5-inch display. So we're excited. So stay tuned for the next video. So you are probably wondering, are we going to get to hear it run? Yes, everything runs. And let's go ahead and turn it on for you here. We just have our little makeshift switch. You can hear the contactor clicked there. We have a green light here on our display, which is going to be too bright for our screen here. And we're not in gear. Okay, now we're in forward and our pedal. From this angle here, not much exciting to see, but. And then reverse. Ooh, we need to clean that crankshaft up. So yeah, love it. Very happy with this setup. And let's see if we can get you a better screen. There we go. Some data. All right, so there it is, fully tested and running. And so when it makes it to Chicago, everything should bolt right in. All right, so that'll be the components that we'll be installing in our Civic. So we'll have that in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. So I want to encourage you to think about projects that you can do on your own. And I hope that through these videos that you see that doing a conversion and learning about electric vehicles is not that hard, right? It's totally doable. So please tell your friends, EVs are now available for everyone. So when you subscribe to the channel, YouTube shows this video more, which helps more people. Look forward to seeing you in a future YouTube video, and we'll see you around the EV circuit.